If you're a man dating in 2026, you already feel it. Something is fundamentally broken. In recent years, a shift has happened. Many men are noticing that women are more money conscious, status driven, and materialistic than ever before. Good intentions, loyalty, emotional availability often feel like it doesn't matter if you're not bringing significant financial value or status to the table. The phrase, "I don't want to suffer with any man," or "I don't want to be an understanding girlfriend," has now become mainstream. And while it's understandable on some level, it has now created a cold transactional dynamic which leaves the average man asking, how do I find a woman who would love me for me, not because of the money I can give to her?
I think the reason why people don't want love is because most women want their bills paid. They don't want love.
Oh.
They got 4 or 5 people. They got 4 or 5 people because they got more than 4 or 5 bills. And I think as long as we're in this transactional era of time, it's never going to be able to get back to love. We got to focus on the core value of what actually matters inside of a relationship. And we've strayed too far. Honestly, don't get mad at me. I know there's a lot of ladies in here.
See all the faces behind you.
It's the truth. You know, honestly, we live in a prostitution era.
Wow. She kept it. I told you she was going to keep it real.
This is one of the brutal truths of modern dating in 2026. See, let's be honest, this is not just some red pill exaggeration. Dating apps and social media has supercharged hypergamy. Women have more options than at any point in history, and many are using them to filter aggressively for resources and lifestyle. But here's the thing that most men miss. It is not all women that are social climbers, gold diggers, or evil. Many are reacting to real past experiences, seeing their mothers pass through very difficult relationships, maybe marriage that has crashed and left them wondering, where is the hope? Or perhaps see their friends go through very difficult relationships that fall apart, or simply wanting security after tough economic years. The problem is this mindset has gone too far, creating a dating market where emotional connection and real love seems secondary for a large percentage of women. Loyalty or ride or die energy has become rare commodities. So what does this mean for an average man who is not rich, famous, or extremely good looking? Wendy, I know the problem, but what can I do? Here's what you can do. Accept reality. It is what it is. Women are more status and money conscious. They check status and want to know what your pocket will look like in the long run. Just accept the reality and position yourself above it. Instead of complaining about women wanting financial security, become the man that provides both financial security and emotional connection. And how can you achieve this? Focus more on building your income while becoming emotionally strong and socially calibrated. For example, a woman who meets a guy making $200,000 a month as salary, who is confident, fit, and emotionally mature, will often choose him over a man who earns $500K but emotionally immature and boring. Number 2, filter ruthlessly for values, not just attraction. Don't chase every attractive woman. Screen for those who value character and growth. For example, when you're out on a date, instead of focusing on only impressing her, ask her questions like this. What does a good relationship look like to you? Or what is more important long-term, financial stability or emotional support? Women who light up talking about shared values and partnership are your target. Because honestly, a woman who cares only about your financial status, your money, or the kind of lifestyle you can provide for her will most likely not be there when the chips are down. And who knows, life is full of uncertainties. Even the rich want to get richer. So you see a billionaire building more businesses, wanting to have more streams of income. Why? Because he doesn't want a situation where he goes back to eating from the ground. So a woman who is only money conscious and her answer to simple questions like, what if we're not able to afford to go to the cinema or, go to the fancy restaurants? And her response is, no, I think that's what I'm used to. I can't manage you. You cannot Netflix and chill at home. That is a red flag. If she's only talking about vacations, gifts, and lifestyle, I would have a rethink. Because quite frankly, tomorrow is not promised. Number 3, build irresistible personal value. That is your edge. Women want a man they can respect. Money helps, but it's not everything. Focus on unfakeable traits. Discipline, career, gym, skills, emotional strength, not being needy, not reactive, social proof, strong circle of friends, good friends. Purpose, a mission bigger than just dating. Think of this guy who makes solid money, has interesting hobbies, great stories, and calm masculine presence. He often beats the richer but socially awkward guy. Number 4, date intentionally offline. Apps amplify superficiality. Real life reveals character faster. With online dating, you don't know if it's real or not. So as much as you can, date offline. That way you're able to see the person more often and make your judgment. For instance, you can join offline activities that align with your values, like volunteering, faith communities like church. Yes, going to church. Now, I know, yes, I'm not saying you should just go to church because you want to find a spouse. You can go to church to worship God and at the same time find a spouse. I mean, it's going to be a double blessing, right? When you're doing something you genuinely enjoy, you're far more likely to meet women who are ready for serious and committed relationships and don't have time for games. Number 5, become the prize. This is the ultimate shift. Stop desperately seeking a woman who would accept you for who you are. Become the man that every woman wants in her life. A man who is grounded, high value, such that the right woman feels lucky to have you, and prove it through her actions and loyalty. So dating in 2026 is brutal for average men who stay average, but it's actually full of opportunities for men willing to face the truth and level up anyways. The game is not fair, but you can still win it. I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Wendy Zale, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.